check, check. Hey, welcome.
Hey!
There we go.
All right, now I guess we got to start over.
I got to start all over again.
We got to remember what we said.
Oh,
Run it
my gosh.
back.
Man, I'm 50. I don't remember anything.
Okay, we said hi. I said I have my phone because we have contractors. We said we're in a different room because we have water damage down the hall. We said
Spring of Deception.
Spring of Deception, yeah. Don't be fooled by Spring 1.
That's right.
There we are. Thank you,
go.
Eric.
Good. I'm glad I looked at the comments. I saw
know.
a lot more coming in than usual.
Well, I know that Eric's a chatter.
Yeah.
So I know he likes to comment, and that's good because the more we comment, the more we like, the more we share, the more people that have the opportunity to see it. That's just the way algorithms work. The more interaction there is, the more people they show it to for free.
Yep. Well, the real topic of the day is baseball.
Baseball. Absolutely baseball.
Spring training for major leagues, tournament season for Crowley starts
right now.
Today, right now.
Yeah, 10 o'clock.
Yep. You're going to be running the boards at some point.
I will. Yes. So here's the deal. I have windows going in my house.
Right.
I have the fire sprinkler guy coming here.
Right.
I have Serve Pro, which is going to be here
tomorrow. Yeah. The adjuster's coming tomorrow.
The adjuster comes tomorrow. I got added a powerlifting meet today that I'm judging. So yeah, there's just a lot of good stuff going on. it's
And for a guy who can't breathe this time of year, that makes it difficult.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But we persevere, we push through.
There you go.
We do the best we can.
There you go.
And, maybe we rely a little bit on coffee.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Because we are dads with coffee.
That's right.
Even though the first 8 minutes of this segment
had no sound.
was just us blabbering to each other.
Right.
But it's all good.
It's all good. So, Evan playing baseball, plays a little catcher, plays a little first base.
Catcher and first, yep.
All right.
More first base this year than catcher. There's an upperclassman that's catching ahead of him. And that's okay. He's still getting some quality work with the coaches.
Now, that's a different skill set. Catcher and first base. That's a different skill set.
It is. But, Evan's he's a bigger, broader kid.
Right.
And so he can, at the plate, he moves pretty well for a decent-sized kid.
Sure. Just don't put him at short.
No, he's not a shortstop. And I'll tell you what, unlike me, I was an outfielder. I played center field in high school. I was a lot skinnier.
Yeah, me too.
And faster than I am today.
I played third and short in the Fort Worth leagues back when I was in seminary.
I was never an infielder. We had really good infield when I was growing up.
I think one of our listeners, Greg Merks, if he's listening, also played on that team with us. So, he can do a shot. I don't remember where I think he was the speedster. I think he was in the outfield.
It takes
Brett and I took care of second and short and third, and I don't remember where Greg played. But
now see, Evan has played some second and third. Evan can play any position on the infield, probably except short.
Because the speed is different.
Yeah, well, the quickness, just that quick twitch at short.
It's quick.
Now,
and I think I've coached when the kids were coming up. I coached softball and baseball, Little League softball, Little League baseball, and you didn't have a tryout in Little League. I mean, you had a draft, but
a lot changed after.
And even that was a little stacked sometimes.
Our Pee Wee days. Oh yeah, you can carry over 9 players from last year if you come on, man.
Oh, see the way it was happening where we were, 2 or 3 of the major players' parents decided to coach together.
Sure.
And you automatically get your kids.
Then they're frozen.
On the team. So, so nobody else could have a pitcher.
Now, I don't know if we want to get into the politics of
we probably
drafting
don't.
baseball, but I think CYA over here does a really good job. You get 4, and you can freeze 4 kids, and that's it.
Well,
if you have,
and if the coaches have 5, pick one that isn't frozen.
Right.
See, I kind of like that.
You have to rely on. I hope he's there when the draft comes.
I kind of like that. I mean, I hate it and I like it because I'd hate to be coaching one team, but my kid's playing on another.
Well, I think if I were that dad, I'd be coaching the other team.
Well, unless I had one on the team with me.
Something's got to give.
Something's got to give. That's right. Baseball is such a fun sport, and you know so much more about baseball than I do.
I love baseball. Love baseball.
The different skill sets in. Because I know you got to go today, so we got to.
Sorry, we're gonna have to make this a quick one today
through
because contractors be at my house.
I know. You got to get new windows, man.
Got to. I wish I'd had them last week.
Wait, that would have been great.
Holy cow! I'd have been 15 degrees warmer in my house.
Right.
Anyway,
Right. But
for second winter,
second winter. Shut up.
it's coming.
No.
Brace yourselves.
I'll take minor spring. I don't want second winter.
Anyway,
That's just wrong.
baseball.
So talk to me about baseball. I mean, you've got, and I know some, but I mean, the you can't just be. I mean, if you have a utility player, they're still not really able to play all the positions. I mean, you got a utility outfielder, or you have a utility infielder.
I only know of one guy in the history of baseball that played all 9 positions.
Really?
Jose Oquendo. He played for the Cardinals.
Well, of course. I mean, it had to be for the Cardinals.
Of course he was.
I mean,
my favorite colors went from red to purple when we moved here. I still have red in my closet.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Jose Oquendo, not in one game, but in one. I think
Sure.
it was in one season. He played all 9 positions.
Out of necessity
Yes.
or a desire to just
No,
do
it was necessity.
That's a rough year then.
Yeah,
For Cardinals.
we've gone through some.
You've
tough
gone
times.
through some times.
But there's been some great times, and Rangers fans, I love you.
No, you don't.
If your outfielder could catch a ball, we would have never won the 2011 World Series. But
Really? You got to go there. You got to bring that up.
Texas, Arlington, our area, we are not a baseball town.
Well,
Josh Hamilton said
hey,
it.
but we're apparently not a football town either.
Let's go Chiefs.
Because you've heard the old joke. I'm asking Romo's agent if he could serve as one of my pallbearers so he can let me down easy one more time.
I have 2 nephews that are huge Cowboy fans, and of course they're corrupting their children to become Cowboys fans too.
Right.
Living in the great state of Missouri,
Right.
in the heart of Chiefs country,
But Dallas fan.
and they're Cowboys fans. I don't understand.
Better than a Raiders fan for you, though.
Oh.
But we're in baseball.
So yeah, baseball. It's not typical
No.
that you would have someone that can play all 9 positions.
Right.
I mean, you got to be pretty elite to do that. Now you see a lot of peewee kids there playing select ball. They can play every position.
At that level.
Yeah, catcher is more of a different skill position, though.
It's a leadership position.
It is. It is. You command the infield. You're controlling where the ball goes, whether it's coming from the outfield or on a bunt, or there's a lot of communication that has to be done from that position.
Right.
Whereas a center fielder just has to make sure that the right fielder and left fielder don't get in his way. Center fielder, if the center fielder can get to the ball, the center fielder takes the ball.
Right. Every time.
That's just the way it goes.
He has a wide berth that he.
Yes, if But yeah, those different skills. Now, I was never an infielder. I didn't want to get hit by a baseball coming that fast.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Remember, I was skinny, like skinny, and I didn't want to get hit by anything moving that fast.
Right.
And again, we had a solid infield in my 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12-year-old teams. We were just a good baseball team.
Yeah.
For a little country town. That was back in the day, man. Our T-shirts were all the same, and it said,
Yeah.
I don't know, Green Gables.
I had
and
Plumbers Union 432.
we played in jeans. There was no baseball
Oh,
pants.
wow.
But we had to wear pants. Coach,
Yeah.
Coach-
Because you're going to slide.
yeah, Maurice Niederhelm, Coach Nieder. You couldn't wear shorts. You had to wear pants because you wear pants when you play baseball.
Right. Right.
None of us wore baseball pants. I think maybe 1 or 2 kids on the team wore baseball pants, but until we got to high school and became uniform. But yeah, I was not an infielder. So when Evan decides, hey, Dad, I want to play second base. Hey, Dad, I want to play third base. I don't know a whole lot about that position.
Right. Right. You had to do some learning.
And I coached baseball from the time Marcus was in T-ball. Mm-hmm. So Marcus is 26 now. So 20 years I was a baseball coach.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore now that Evan's in high school. I go hang out at the field, and coaches allow me
Right.
to be
Sure.
to be there and around it and up close and personal. And I think that's just from trust, from building up that relationship over the years. But yeah, it's different. There's a big difference from third base to center field or third base to right field.
Sure.
Right. In the outfield, I'm tracking the ball, and I gotta worry about which way am I gonna turn, right? Because I always want the ball on the glove side. If it's that way, I need to turn and run. If it's this way, I just need to take off and run. Third base, you got to be right there, right now,
Yeah.
and it's drastically different. I wouldn't expect my star center fielder to be my star third baseman
Right.
at the same time.
So Evan comes to you, Dad, I want to play infield. Was there a moment where just a momentary consideration of, yeah, but I know outfield, so let's train outfield.
No, I never did that because Evan's the only Chiefs fan in the house. Okay, I didn't force that on him.
But your other three don't like the Chiefs?
No, Marcus is a Saints fan. Saints and Bengals. Carter is a Browns fan.
What?
Ryan doesn't even like football, but if
Okay.
he did, he would probably choose something Northwest. He's probably a Seahawks fan because he
That would sound
desires
right. That would
so
sound
much
right.
to be up in that area.
Right.
And Evan's a Chiefs fan. My only hope. Well, and, and I didn't force it on him. Just like in baseball, I didn't force him in a position. Marcus was a third baseman.
Right.
Mark Carter was a first baseman. Ryan was an outfielder
Yeah.
in the one season he played T-ball.
In the one season.
Funny baseball story real quick about Ryan. His first game of baseball ever. We were in Belle Chase, Louisiana. T-ball. I'm not a fan of T-ball, okay? Doesn't teach baseball. However, Ryan played T-ball. All my kids played T-ball, but Ryan played T-ball. He hits the ball, goes to the pitcher. Pitcher throws the ball to first. The umpire says, "You're out." Ryan would not go back on the field because the umpire said, "No, Mom, he said I'm out. That means I
gosh.
can't play.
I
I'm
can't
out."
play. I'm out. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The literal interpretation.
Ryan, my literal child to this day, my literal child, the scientist, my literal child.
He said, I'm out. I'm done.
I'm out. I'm done. No, right. You still get to play the outfield. You still get to play the
No,
field.
he said, I'm out.
That's exactly what he said. That is exactly what he says. I'm out. I'm done. I'm out. He said he called me out. I didn't ever teach him that.
Right. You would have never thought to teach
I
him
would have
that.
never. No, just because there's outs and safe, but it's not out forever or safe forever even.
Right.
Carter played first base. All my kids played infield except for Ryan. Ryan
Right.
was my outfielder.
It's so easy for us as dads, though. And I'm glad you didn't try to force that on him. But it's so easy for us as dads to do that.
It is. It
I
is.
played this, or I find this quite often. I didn't get to play this,
Oh,
so I really want you to play this because I have to have the glory of your playing what I couldn't play.
yeah. I've never tried to live vicariously through my children.
Right. I had momentary considerations, and it was I played Little League a couple years as a kid. I went into band, and so I never played sports in high school.
Okay.
Played intramurals in college. I played church softball for years, but I didn't play sports, organized sports in high school. And so my son, the eldest child, my son's coming along,
Right.
and I want him to play Little League, largely because a lot of everybody, we're in a small town. All the boys played Little League.
Right.
All the boys played flag football to start, and then they went into
Sure.
junior leagues. And funny story, Sam was a big child, and
He's not a small adult. So,
he's thick, and he had the ability and the opportunity to have either played, like a tight end or maybe a quarterback. But because of his size, and you probably experienced this too, the rules said
right.
that size has to play the line. He doesn't have the killer instinct in him. I mean, I think you have to have a certain killer instinct to play the line.
You do.
And he doesn't have it, you know. And so we played 1 year of baseball, and he was, I mean, football, and he was done with that. We played baseball longer. And it's like there was a moment that I'm like, man, I really love to see him.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him succeed. And I had to really balance in my own spirit. Is it because I didn't get to do this? Or is it because I really want to see him succeed? And I really wanted to see him succeed. But there was that blur in my spirit just a little bit. And it's hard not to.
I think we could say the same thing about our kids in church.
Yeah.
I think we could say, man, I would just love for all my kids to be in ministry. But I know that in reality that's not going to happen.
Right. Shouldn't happen.
Right. Just because dad does it doesn't mean you have to do it.
Right.
You know, learn from my mistakes. That's what I keep trying to tell them. And I tell them all the time, if you don't know, I failed 7th grade. I liked 7th grade so much I did it twice. That's why The Outsiders is my favorite book. Because
You had to read it twice.
It's the only book I've read twice. But yeah, I didn't hide anything from my kids. I was like, hey, guys, do your work, study hard, don't repeat 7th grade.
Right.
Because it's not fun. Or any other, moving forward.
Yeah.
If you just do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, you won't have any problems.
You know, that's like a life lesson for a lot of
For
things.
everything.
If you just do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, then most of the problems that we face in life can be avoided.
I can remember very early on in my Navy career, and I was out working on a job. I forget what it was. I was probably safety wiring some cannon plugs or something, connectors. And I got in a hurry, and I did it wrong.
Yeah.
And I went and got the inspector, and he came out and said he just took his pliers and he just cut it. It's like, I just did that job. Why did you cut? Well, it's wrong. Yeah, I know, but I was in a hurry. He said, now you got to do it again.
Right.
And here's your lesson. If you got time to do it twice, you got time to do it right the first time.
Right. Right.
Don't rush through it.
Right.
And that stuck with me. That was a tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Because I thought, man, I did this and I got it done in no time. And
Oh yeah.
this
Look at
airplane's-
me. Look at me.
Yeah, this airplane's going to launch early, and we're going to be good. And then,
No, you're not.
no, I'm not. I'm not. And I tried to carry that into my kids' lives. If you got time to do it twice, you got time to do it right the first time.
Right.
So don't make me come back into your room and say, no, you missed that, you missed that, you missed that, you missed that. And now it's going to take you another 20 minutes because you're fiddle farting around doing other stuff.
More arguments ensued in my house the decade prior to this one because of that very thing.
Oh, yeah. And young parents,
We get it.
it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
We may think we had the perfect little angels. Again, Evan got to watch 3 older brothers.
Suffer through this. And they've learned.
But Evan is still making some mistakes.
Sure.
It's just
They all do.
he's 16. He's dumb. He's smart as a whip, but he's dumb. You know, he's 16.
Yeah,
It's just the way it is.
that's the way it is. Let your kids be who they need to be, but train them in a way that honors God.
That'll preach.
I mean, they don't need to be you.
No, they don't need to be.
And you know, so many of us here on the growing up time of the kids, oh, looks just like you, mini me, mini you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, but they need to be able to have the freedom and space to be who they want to be. Our job is to make sure that whatever that is going to be honorable to God.
Yes. And then you also have to encourage them in that.
Right,
Encourage their decision making. Respect their decision making.
right. Even if it's bad sometimes.
But
Enjoy the fact that they're making decisions.
But if we protect them from themselves forever,
Yeah, they don't learn anything.
they don't learn
They don't learn anything.
Nothing at all.
Right.
they have to learn to think for themselves.
Well, it's the idea of they have to fall off the bike and learn to get back on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they never learn how to handle that.
I fell out of many trees before I realized that I can't climb on a branch that's the size of my pinky.
Right.
You know, you slip, you fall, you get some scrapes and bumps and bruises.
Yeah.
You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you try to do it better next time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes I think we're so busy trying to protect our kids that we are actually harming them in the protection.
Right, because when they leave the nest and they have to go out into the real world and all these decisions are just heaped on them all at once, well, they just get overwhelmed.
Right.
And their anxiety shoots through the roof and they're like, I don't know. I'm just going to go in my room and hide.
Right.
Because that's my safe place.
Right.
And
that doesn't flow.
Well, it doesn't fix anything.
No.
It doesn't fix anything.
You can lose a lot of jobs if you do that.
Absolutely. So protect your kids. Don't overprotect your kids.
Yeah. I mean,
and yes, there is such a thing.
Bumps and bruises are okay. You know, scars tell stories, but at the same time, it teaches us what we maybe don't need to do. And we have to allow that to happen.
Funny story, and I think this will be a decent wrap up.
Yep.
Went out to dinner with Marcus and Peter Tuesday night, and we sat at Boo Ray's for 2 hours and just talked. And the topic of parenting came up. And I don't know how it came up. But Marcus looks at me and says, you know what? You never really stop parenting your children.
No.
Even after they move out.
Right.
Because there's always going to be decisions.
You just hope to stop paying for you.
One day. You always are going to have input in their lives.
Yeah. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Right. The prayer is that they don't turn 18 and leave forever.
Right.
And never grace our doorstep again.
Right.
Hopefully, if we've done it well, our kids want to be part of our lives and not feel like they have to be part of our lives.
Right.
And we talk about, Marcus got married almost a year ago now, bought his first house, started his career, but he still has questions.
Yeah.
Still has questions. Dad, how do I do this?
Well, there's still first things that are happening.
Exactly. And so parenting isn't over when they turn 18. Parenting isn't over when they go to college.
No.
Parenting isn't over. And I'm sure that there's people watching right now that can even tell us even better how long parenting actually goes on.
You and I, you've never been 47.
Right.
I was, and there are others that were 47 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They could tell us some things.
Right.
And that's important.
And we miss that, Both my parents are gone now.
Yeah.
So I rely heavily on church family to be my family. Now I still have brothers and sisters that we're all great, but it's not mom and dad.
Right.
That's
right.
So
speaking of church family, we do have Sunday school. Watch out for the communication later on today with the updated map because ServPro and the adjuster don't want us in some of the rooms. So it's being readjusted, but never fear. We are going to have Sunday school. We have worship at 9 and 11:15. So hope to see you this weekend. And hopefully we can continue in the spring of deception for a few more days. I
can feel it right here. I'm fixing to sneeze. So we better sign up for a sneeze all over the place.
You guys have a great day, and we'll see you later.
Love you guys.